Hi everyone, welcome back to RTS Scrapbooking and happy National Scrapbook Day. I honestly didn't know if I was going to get a layout done today. It is, 8:45 p.m. on National Scrapbook Day, and I am just now getting a chance to sit down and make a page. And do I feel the best? No. Did I just have to put in a 6-hour car ride? Yes. And I am so congested. But I am 4 for 4 when it comes to the load event. And today I want to make it 5 for 5. So this one has to be like super quick. Like super quick. Because, you know, when you're not feeling the best, especially with a head cold, everything takes you twice as long. So a simple page is going to take me twice as long, so I have to make it super fast to get it super done. And you know what I'm talking about. And I need to get this loaded before midnight. And that's the beauty of load. If you want to push yourself to challenge to get, you know, a page done every day, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But today, it's National Scrapbook Day. I'm like, I want to push myself to get a layout done. And so okay, now it's 9 o'clock. It's just the way it's working today. So Alice gave us our prompts this morning, and they had to do with the hashtag YOLO, which I always have to stop and say, what does that mean? But you only live once. And so it's to scrapbook something that you've done for the first time, or something that's on your bucket list or your journal list, or some kind of list you want to do in the future. And the technique prompt was to use yellow. So I'm going to do both, which is exciting. So I read it this morning before I knew my day was going to get busy. And I knew what I was going to use, and I knew my photo where it was. And so in my mind all day I kept thinking, okay, what can I do? And I thought, okay, I'm going to find a collection with yellow. And this sketch was laying on my desk, and this is a free Scrapbook Generation sketch for National Scrapbook Day, and I will have the link below. And I thought, I knew that the right side was simple, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I am simply going to make this simple page of this 2-page from Scrapbook Generations, and that's going to be my page. So I got to get cracking and take more meds, drink some tea, and I don't have time to think. Oh my God, I've never really pushed it this much, but that's the beauty, and that's the challenge, because, you know, I really honestly could just have crawled on the couch and, well, just maybe watched a ball game with my hubby, but I'm pushing myself. So I already know that I'm going to do a cream background, so that is ready to go. So again, I'm going to build, and the story I'm going to document is my husband and I and my daughter, we took a rickshaw ride, and that's actually what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it the rickshaw ride, and it was so hilarious. If you've ever seen the rickshaw episode of Seinfeld, think that, and that was our ride. It was just hilarious, and my husband is still talking about it, and he said in Charleston that was one of his most favorite things to do, was the rickshaw ride. So when I saw that prompt, it made me think of that. I knew I had the photo printed, and so I'm going with it. Now, do I have any yellow in this photo? A touch on the rickshaw, but I'm not going to worry with that. So I pulled out jelly bean soup, and oh my goodness, I feel a sneeze. Breathe. Go. And I knew this had yellow, and I thought, this is what I'm going to pick. And I have a question. Did Jelly Bean Soup buy Hampton Art, or did Hampton Art buy Jelly Bean Soup? Or is Hampton Art just pushing Jelly Bean Soup product? I don't know how that works, and if anybody knows, I like to know those little details. Oh, you know, see, now that looks like wheels, wouldn't it? Or does that look like pins? What do they call it? Chopped green onions. Well, if they're gonna call that, I don't know. It looks to me like it's stick pins. Oh my God, that would have been great on my page the other day about another Charleston page. Oh, that's too cute. Okay, I can see this process is not going to go as fast as I want, so oh my, bear with me. Okay, so what am I looking at? My sketch. I got my photo done. Okay, I'm going to have 3 clusters, simple, do a circle, no biggie. And this is what I was saying the other day. If you like sketches with actual measurements, Scrapbook Generations is the way to go. They have everything listed. It just They're wonderful about that. So definitely give them a look. I'll have that link below. And I know I'm going to use yellow, and I'm running out of room already. Oh, you know, when you're not feeling good, especially in the head. Of course, I don't think I feel good in the head half my life, but that's another topic for another day. And I really like those. They look like the spoke wheels. It's not feeling me. I gotta get yellow. Okay, that's what I need to be looking for is yellow. Oh, well, no, that's just pretty dang nice, isn't it? Okay. Oh, and see, it's got blue and yellow. Okay, that's going to be one. That is definitely going to be a choice for me because, again, I have to make quick decisions. And I have wanted to use this as a backdrop. Every time I see this, I think of Disney. But we are going with that today. I'm not doing that B-side. I don't the floral. Now this gray. Okay, that's a possibility. Oh, there's my yellow. Okay, we are rocking. We are rocking and hopping, right? I really don't want to introduce turquoise. I mean, I really could, but I really don't want to. I mean, the way I'm feeling, I better just stick with 3 colors and go with it. Because these are all, you know, jelly bean soup, you just can't get much better when it comes to paperweight. And they're consistent paperweight. They don't do the bait and switch move in the scrapbooking world, which that's another topic for another day. My Lord, the way I'm going, I might have topics for 85 days coming up. But this is what I'm going with. See how quick that was? And so really 4x6 photo, which I know I'm going to mat. And so what I'll do is I will gut this, mat it with that. Well, now see, looky there. If you put, okay, look at this. If you put this mat here with this gray, you see what happens. The pavement in this van, which I don't even know who that was, no interest to me, that brings that out. I don't want the focus to be on that. I want the focus to be on, not the building, but if you look at the building, then you see the rickshaw. So I'm not going to mat with that gray, but I'll leave it. I may play with it. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe use this as a background, gut that, ivory, mat that, and then what do I need? Well, there's my yellow, and there's gray. Okay, there's my color choices, and that, very quick. I can ignore that left page. And again, that's the beauty of sketches, right? Picking which side you want, 1 or 2, flip them, rotate them, cut them in half. It all works good. So I don't really want to cut into my 12x12s for these little strips. So I thought I could use some washi, and this is just washi that I keep near my desk in some of these little bins that I have. So I definitely could pick, you know, a blue, a yellow, and a gray. The silver would be kind of good, since you know, when you're dealing with any kind of ride, there's always some form of metallic. So, you know, if I was doing a quick choice, which I probably should, and Scrapbook Generation shows that these banner strips are 1/4, 1 and 1 1/2. So 1 1 1/2. So if I got different varying widths of this washi, whichever one I decided to do, I like that film strip because then again I tie in the story by Seinfeld because oh my, it was just, you know, you could almost get these anchors in, which this is probably my favorite washi of all time. I've had 4 rolls of these. Love that washi, but it's a different type yellow. But we were at Charleston. You know what? I am going to use the anchors because I just thought of something. Oh, but then see, I have anchors going in a vertical. Oh, yeah. Okay. One more, and then you got to just call it quits. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull those 5, and I will decide later because right now I'll get lost in my thought. I get lost in my process. Okay, background, papers, sketch, mat, my strips, title. I had these 2 yellow that was in my Rascog, and I know I want to work with yellow because that was one of the prompts. And then I knew I had these jelly bean die cuts, so I pulled those out. And to get these circle elements, I could use my circle cutter again, since I already had it out from yesterday. But then I also could do them, but they're in that turquoise. But we could play. We definitely have some layering pieces. And if I didn't want to do circles, I could most definitely use these squares for my clusters. These what do we call them? Polaroid. I could definitely use them instead of the circles. Okay, so I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop there and somehow manage to get through this, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, and then I thought, for embellishments, I pulled out my wood veneer, my travel wood veneer. And then also cameras, because you can't go wrong with cameras. And I did pick out some words. So I'm going to play with those. And I just was going over there to get my washi, and I saw them. And I thought, well, I'm just going to pull them, put them right there by my desk, be an inspiration. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, I will return. Okay, we are back with our final page. And, oh my, I whipped it out really quick. But that's what it was all about. It was about recording the story. It wasn't about, you know, sitting and actually just taking time lollygagging and playing with product. It wasn't about making this design page that's going to be on the front of a magazine. That's not what it was about. It was about recording the story and that little challenge I had to get a layout posted. And I did. I got it posted. And it went very quick. And so I was so out of it. All day I kept thinking of this sketch that I had on my desk from Scrapbook Generations. And I didn't know that when I was going to have to work on it, my photo was a different orientation. So I did have to flip the sketch. But, I mean, how easy is that? And that's all I did. I didn't go exactly by Scrapbook Generations measurements because, you know, I wasn't feeling the whole trimmer thing. You know, I just cut and go. This is what I call a slap and stick layout. It really was just making quick choices, slapping it on and sticking it down. That's what I call them, slap and stick. And that's exactly what I did. And that's what I mean when you have a sketch that has measurements, when you're just not feeling creative, the juices just aren't flowing, or, you know, in my case, just not feeling the best. It's so great to have this precise guide. And I knew exactly, you know, a roundabout measurement to cut these, and the placement's already done. Again, I had flipped this, and I followed it basically to a T. You know, and so I added my journaling up there. And when I wanted to do this, I wanted to use this in my mind all day. I had wanted to use this glitter yellow because, believe me, yellow and navy thickers are the hardest things to find, and orange. And I even contacted American Crafts and said, could you please come out with, you know, some yellow thickers, some navy thickers, some orange thickers? And their response was, well, we go by collection. Well, hello, manufacturers, if you want people to buy your product, give us what we want. I mean, that's just supply and demand, right? So I didn't use these because, once again, no R's. So, story of my life. So I went with, you know, just something else I had. And I knew I had this metallic feature down here in this washi strip. And my washi, I did the Vanessa trick again because I just love using my washi that way. I think when I see, you know, my colors this way, that's what I want on a page. I don't want to kind of see the background mats or anything like that. So I did the Vanessa trick, and you can see that in my first scrapbook process video ever. And so thanks again, Vanessa. You've been on my pages this week. You've been on my mind and been on my pages. So how's that? So, and I did. I used washi instead of cutting into my 12 by 12 papers. And I had the wood veneer that I had handy, and I knew I wanted to get a bike on there. I pulled that out, and I didn't get any cameras, but what I did was I have wood veneer here, here, and here, so there's my visual triangle. And I have, since I put some metallic in my title, I made sure to use metallic for my date. And also, it brings that visual triangle down here. And again, I just added some Bella Boulevard navy hearts. And I did the Jen Gallagher trick by introducing craft in there. And I just used craft in the 4 just to bring it in a little bit. Because, again, it had to be a quick page. And it didn't take slap and stick. That's all I'm going to say. But that's what it was about. It was about recording the story. And I got to use this background page And I think my husband just turned the mower on. Well, I guess we'll have to stop there. Oh, no. I lost my remote. Okay, I'm back. Isn't it funny how you walk away from a page and you come back and you see something that you didn't see before? I noticed over here my journaling looked a little bland, and I'm like, you know what, I probably need to bring a little bit of yellow. So I just pulled a yellow label sticker and stuck it on there. Now I feel like that's a little bit better. Isn't that funny how that happens? But a couple things I wanted to go over. When I adhere my wood veneer, I use my Scotch Quick Dry because of this precise needle. It's very easy to go on, and they stick very well. And I use my octagon punch to do my fishtails very quickly. Very, very quick with that. And the only thing else I wanted to say was, this photo is absolutely not a stellar photo. I mean, I have a light pole and I have someone's van. I have some kind of construction cones or something sitting there, but that wasn't what it was about. I wanted to make sure that I had recorded this story. You know, during that day, I thought I want to do that. So I just snapped a shot, you know, as we were walking away or walking by, and that's what it was all about. And so when I did my wood veneer, I purposely brought them in so that they're sitting underneath and on my photo to put the emphasis right here. Okay, I have a light pole there. It doesn't matter. No one's going to look at that. They're going to look at this rickshaw, read the journaling, see the title, be interested. And that's really what it's about. The only other thing I wanted to say is, I mean, I know I'm feeling woozy, but when you're dealing with this type of background and you see all the movement, I initially wanted to take my title and I wanted to rest on this, you know, the swag. But I'm just feeling too woozy and I'm like, it's just not gonna, I didn't want to get into anything creative. So I just did the quick trick and it worked out fine. But when you have something like this, it's very hard to see if things are straight. You know, just use your T-squares. And if you hold it up, things may not look like straight, but they really are. It's because of this movement in the background page, and that's just what you deal with, okay? So I think that's all. I will have the link below for the Scrapbook Generations free sketch that they so generously gifted us, and it's a great sketch. So I encourage you to check that out. And I am 5 for 5 for load, and I'm excited. Okay, so come back to RTS. Happy National Scrapbook Day. Let's make it Happy National Scrapbook Weekend. And come back to RTS because you never know what we're going to learn. Take care. Bye.